Create Your Own Job Seminar Workshop. Salvation Army Center, Augusta, Georgia. William Hovey Smith. I'm the author of a new book, Create Your Own Job Security. And this seminar was presented in Augusta, Georgia, and is about creating your own job, either at the company you're now working with, or with another company, or even starting your own company. I'd like to welcome you all to the Create Your Own Job Seminar. Now, this seminar is going to talk about jobs in three different aspects. One, with your present company. Two, with a new company. Or three, starting your own company. And we're going to get started with the slides in just a second, and we'll go ahead and kill the lights so that all the here assembled can see what's going on. First off, who am I? I'm a registered professional geologist. I have degrees from the University of Georgia, the University of Alaska, also attended the University of Arkansas, and the University of Arizona. I'm a decorated combat engineer officer. I've written 18 books. I've produced more than 725 YouTube videos. I've been a store clerk, operated my own businesses, international speaker on business and environmental topics in places like China and Austria, as well as in the U.S. I do a little stand-up comedy. I've been a radio host, and I'm also a knife maker. We make kitchen cutlery based on ancient Chinese designs. And we'll get more into that in just a little bit. Now, today's companies are living in a world of constant change. Everything is moving. The technology is moving. The markets are moving. Right now, we're Brexit or no Brexit. We're tariffs or no tariffs. And nobody knows. There are new inventions coming out all the time. There are trends in fashion. There are trends in eating. There are even trends in different business methods. Your old-fashioned stores just aren't doing anything anymore. They're being closed left and right. You also have legal changes, as well as various federal mandated labor requirements. So the entire business world is in a constant state of change, and we should not be surprised by it. Now, companies reward employees who can think independently and add to their bottom line, or at least they should. Not all of them do. So, if you want to make an impression with your company, okay, I'm an author, so of course I write books. So have you published a book on the subject? Have you run individual projects on your own hook, either before you join the company or afterwards? Have you invented something? Have you derived a new marketing concept? Are you reaching somebody somewhere else that previously hasn't been touched by your product? Have you seen something elsewhere that your company can use? Look around you. It's not illegal to borrow another company's idea. It is to steal a patent, but not to borrow an idea. Have you mastered a new IT technology? God knows there are enough of them floating around, and people who will happily invent your own or invent them for you. Can you make company-related artwork? Do you have multiple talents, whereas the job you're in right now only focuses on one of them? If you do have something that you're going to approach your company about, say, you know, I really think we need somebody in this company to do thus and such. What exactly is the concept? Flesh it out. Get it clear in your mind before you present it. How is it going to impact the new company or your existing company? Does it require relocation? What other people in your department are you going to need? Cost and returns. That question is going to get asked right straight away. So you need to have some sort of answer. And significantly, is there already competition in your market? How do you test your concept? Before you invest all your time and money and energy into it, can you do a small test without making the initial full-blown investment? What is the timeline for it? Is it something you can do right now? Is it something months away? A year away? Can you show or demonstrate your concept? Has someone else used it? Has someone else put what you're trying to do in place, and has it worked somewhere else? If it has, that's a good plus if you're working in another market. Then there's this issue about you. Are you psychologically and physically ready to take on this project? Now, when you get to be older guys like I am, I'm 77. Now, this physical and psychological business is an issue. We're not as healthy as we used to. I can't run up and down the mountains and make 13 miles a day like I once did. But be prepared to say yes if you propose something. If no, if the answer is no back to you, then you use a rejection to improve the project and you approach the same company again. Okay? If you're successful, then you're probably going to be designated to run it in some manner. As project head, team leader, or perhaps ultimately even head that division of that particular company. If you're not successful, then try another proposal with your same company. If everything you try is turned down for what seems to you to be not good reasons at all, mostly because you were the one who came up with it and not them, then it's time to move on. It's time to actually look for another company. And exactly how do you do that? What company in your field is taking risk and seemingly going places, trying new things and doing something that no one else is doing right now? The real groundbreakers. These are the guys to go to. Track innovations at trade shows, on social media, and in trade publications. This means that, okay, look and pay attention to what other people are doing. Go to meetings. Go to trade shows. Circulate with people, even if you don't have an active business. If you have an interest, go. Become noticed and vocal about promoting your unique insights, products, management styles, and range of skills. Don't be shy about telling the world what you're doing. Get out on social media. Do videos. Do talk shows. Get on radio. Be attentive to and follow up what hints might develop into job offers. You never know who you're going to run into. Be gregarious. We Southerners usually are. We don't have any problems with that. We can approach people and go ahead and do it and say, I'm doing blah, 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 blah. You know, say about blah, 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 yeah. Airplanes are good places to do this because you have a captive audience. And sometimes these chance encounters can turn into real value. Seeking new ground. This continues the concept of personal, interpersonal contacts, like in a trade show like this. This happens to be the SHOT Show in Las Vegas, which I visit every year, or get until the last year. Become a reporter, writer, and publisher about your field in print, video, and audio media. Again, don't be shy about telling the world about what you're doing. Develop independent interests outside of your area of specialization. Something altogether different may turn out to be of real value. Can you combine several skills that you have or can develop into a new job for another company? We are not one-dimensional creatures. Starting your own company, developing the concepts. What product ideas, work methods, or artistic techniques do you have that would be unique to your new company? You need an identifier. You need something that makes your company or product stand out from the competition clearly. What competition would you have in your proposed market? You may not have any in your particular area, but there may be some elsewhere. Is your concept location specific? It shouldn't be. If it's all possible, think from the outset about how you can branch out, brand your concept, sell it, franchise it, and get out of the thinking that you're only a one-town or one-store market. You have to start somewhere, and of course, you start in your hometown. But you have the idea that you're going to branch out, that you're going to take a control of a portion of this market somehow. Do you need to develop skills that you don't have to make your company viable? Not all of us can do everything all the time in regard to founding a company that's going to be of any consequence, particularly if you're thinking of $1 million company. But you can run a $1 million company with only very few people, 3 or 5. It's being done every day. Do you need a physical plant to make your products? If so, you don't have to own that plant. Contract it to people who do it elsewhere. You don't want to be involved with labor. You don't want to be involved with production. What you want to be involved in is designing your products, have them produced as inexpensive as you can, and in the marketing and selling, not in the physical pounding out of products. There are many other people who can do it faster, better, cheaper than you can. Listing your possibilities. If you're thinking about what you might do, you already have an idea, but if you did not, then I suggest sorting them into short-term, medium-term, and long-term possibilities. What can you do right now? What aspect of your business can you implement immediately to get it started, to get it rolling? Maybe the first of a series of products, maybe the first of a series of services, and perhaps something else. Medium term. If you're going to be a nonprofit organization, then you need to go through a series of hoops to become a legitimate nonprofit organization. Just because you say you are, doesn't mean you legally are. So you've got to investigate what those particular hoops are if you're going to be a nonprofit. Long term. Is this going to require perhaps some college education? Is this going to require picking up a partner somewhere who knows something about something that you do not, but who's well versed in the field? And in regard to that, which I go into in my book in some detail, is you don't want to pick a partner who knows less about a particular aspect of the field than you do. If he doesn't know more about it than you do, then he's very little help you're having to teach him. You need someone who knows the ground, who knows what he's doing, and who can handle that particular area very well. Overcoming mental blocks. A lot of people have these, and that's why a lot of people aren't here. They have fallen in a trap that they think that, okay, I've spent all this money and I became educated in this particular field, and maybe I've got my union license and blah, 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 and I can only do this one particular job for the rest of my life. And that's a bunch of bullshit and always has been. We as human beings are much more versatile than that. We are much more talented than It's also okay to fail. You learn from your failure. You learn what you did wrong, and you learn from your experiences, and you make it right for the next time. Nor is it necessary that you have to have every skill. You probably will not, because no one does. You're going to need an accountant. You're going to need somebody to handle payroll if you've got more than a couple of people around. So you're going to need someone to handle packaging and marketing. Or you have the innate capabilities to succeed in life, particularly if you can design a job that enhances your particular strengths and skills. So that means identifying what these strengths and skills are. What do you do better than anybody you know? What do you care about more than anybody you know? These are positive aspects, and these should be selling points in your new company. Now, in the workshop, what I'd like for you to do is take a few minutes and write down a series of things that you can do right now about your business, about what you plan to do. What can I do tomorrow? What things are going to take a little longer? And what things are going to take a longer term yet? Maybe financing, maybe partners, maybe finding a manufacturer, and this sort of thing. So go ahead and let me turn on the lights and do that, and then we'll discuss those. In the workshop portion of this event, I brought up individuals from 3 different areas. One who wanted to create his own job with the company he now works for. One who thought he had to go to a new company to create his ideas and get them properly heard. And the third who wanted to start his own company. And this discussion lasted with some interchange between them and also members of the audience. So we had a good open discussion after the event. Now, if you would like for me to come to your area and present, you can contact me at the address given below. The presentation takes approximately an hour. The workshop may extend perhaps another half hour or so. And individual consults following this might last for a couple of days, depending on how many people wish to talk to me. For more information on my books, blogs, and more than 725 videos, you can go to my website, www.hoviasmith.com. For more information on my business books, you can go to createyourownjobsecurity.com. If you'd like a printout of this material, of my slides, you can go to www.hoviasmith.com. Now, you can always contact me at my web address, hoviesmith@bellsouth.net. My new business book, Create Your Own Job Security, is about personal entrepreneurship. What it advocates is that young people start their own businesses very early in life, even starting in high school. Then, when they go to college, go ahead and get their major, but take some business courses along the way. Finally, when they're working for corporate America or in the gig economy, they continue to develop their own business. And should they get suddenly laid off from work, or they consider the time ripe, they can strike out on their own with their own business and run it for as long as they care to do it. But now, this is Hovie Smith, reminding you to create your own job and take responsibility for your own future.